Welcome back everyone, Charlie Max here. So today we're going to be talking about snacks, specifically what I try to avoid in a snack and what I try to have in a snack. In America and most of the developed world, the food industry is very good at convincing us that unhealthy food is very healthy for us. This can range from drinks such as sodas, fruit drinks, V8s, fruit smoothies, to candy such as fruit roll-ups, candy bars, to real food such as granola bars, Cliff bars, that this food is actually very healthy for us. So this is what I try to avoid in a snack. I try to avoid a very high sugary food, and I try to avoid food that has a lot of added sugar. Why is this? Well, you have to first understand, why do we get hungry? Why do we want a snack? It's very simple. What happens is our blood sugar is low. And what our bodies want to do is have us eat food so our blood sugars can get back up to normal range. But the problem is that when you have a very high sugary food or foods that have a lot of added sugar to them, our blood sugar doesn't go back up to normal. It actually goes really high and it spikes. And once it gets up to a certain level, our bodies produces a hormone called insulin, and to bring our blood sugars back low, back down to a healthy range. But the main problem is our bodies have a tendency to overreact. So we go up this really high, and then what happens is our bodies produce the insulin, and we shoot really back down low, and below the level that we want it to be, and we get hungry again. This is why a lot of people get sugar crashes, or they get super hyper and then they crash immediately afterwards because the insulin takes over and brings their blood sugars back down low. And what happens when our blood sugars are back down low? Well, we get hungry again. So then we eat another snack. And this is a vicious cycle that happens throughout the whole day. And the next thing you know, you ate an extra 1,000 calories you did not mean to eat. So how can we avoid this vicious spike? Well, this is what I try to look for in a snack. I try to look for a snack that has high fiber content. Why is this? Well, the fiber in the food actually slows down the release of the sugar into our bloodstreams. Our bodies have to spend a lot more energy and time to break down the food in our digestive system to get us that nutrients and that energy that the food provides us. So what happens is that our blood sugars are low and the fiber slowly, very slowly releases the sugar into our bloodstream. And then if it does spike a little bit, it doesn't spike that high. And if our bodies over-respond, it doesn't really go down that far because the bodies are not in a crisis mode. So what does this mean when I'm trying to eat a snack? Well, this is why I don't drink juices very much when I try to have a snack. The simple reason is it doesn't have a high fiber content, meaning that the sugar in the food goes right to our bloodstream and shoots our blood really high. What does this mean when I try to eat real food? Well, granola bars actually have a lot of added sugar to them, and that's additional sugar on top of the food. So that means that we're going to get that huge spike from our blood levels, and insulin levels are going to respond. So what are good foods to have when you're trying to have a healthy snack? Well, as you probably could imagine, fruit is very good. But not a lot of fruit, because fruit is very high in sugar, though it is high in fiber. So what I try to do is have nuts. It's just highly rich in fiber, tough for our bodies to break down, and has a good amount of food in it. This is why when I have peanut butter for a snack, I normally get crunchy peanut butter, because the fiber in there actually helps slow the release of sugar. This is why I don't get smooth peanut butter, because when they're blending it all together, they're actually breaking down the fiber content down, so it makes our bodies easier to digest. So that's why I don't really recommend smooth peanut butter for a snack. I recommend crunchy peanut butter. I can go on and on about this, but I think you guys get the message. I hope this helps out a lot of people. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, please leave in the comment section below. If you guys have any ideas for future videos, please leave in the comment section below. With that said, Charlie Max out.